An Arkansas residential purchase agreement is an essential document when buying a home, acting as a legal contract between the buyer and seller. It outlines the purchase price, financing plans, escrow, and any other terms and conditions critical to the transaction. In this video, we'll cover how a residential purchase agreement works, legal requirements in Arkansas, and what you need to create one. eForms, the biggest online database for legal documents. Stick around and we'll tell you where you can find an official residential purchase agreement specific to Arkansas. First, let's review. How does a residential purchase agreement exactly work? A residential purchase agreement acts as an official offer from a prospective buyer to the seller of a house. In addition to stating what and how the buyer will pay for it, the document also details conditions that must be met for the agreement to stay in effect. The seller, once they've reviewed the agreement, can either accept, reject, or make a counteroffer. This brings us to the next topic: legal requirements in Arkansas. Arkansas does not have any laws requiring the seller to disclose anything about the condition of the property. That means it's the responsibility of the buyer to inspect it for any issues. This is known as buyer's beware, or caveat emptor in Latin. However, federal law requires that for any residential buildings built before 1978, the seller must disclose the property's history of lead-based paint exposure. So what can you do to ensure that your residential purchase agreement is as effective as it can be? Include a mortgage pre-approval letter. A mortgage pre-approval letter is a document from the bank estimating how much it is willing to lend to the buyer based on their credit history, income, debts, and assets. This helps the seller determine whether the buyer is financially credible. Offer an earnest money deposit. An earnest money deposit is a percentage of the offer and provided to the seller as a show of good faith. It is written into the residential purchase agreement and typically delivered when the agreement is signed. Use an addendum to modify or add to the agreement. An addendum is often included with a residential purchase agreement to add to or amend any terms and conditions. It can also detail a contingency which allows either party to opt out of the contract if certain terms are not met. If you're in need of an official Arkansas residential purchase agreement, you can get started by clicking the link right here. Also, hit that subscribe button for more videos that help you simplify the legal process for everything ranging from buying or selling a house to making a will and more.